feral, like feral.
All right, now, I'm sure you've all seen this video going around the internet. It has become like super viral. This is one of the biggest things that's happening right now on the internet, is this girl here talking about how this man is inappropriately looking at her in the gym. Now, I think I'm uniquely positioned to comment on this situation because I am a gym rat. I have been going to the gym for years and years. I go to the gym on a regular basis. It's one of my most regular things to do in my life. It's like, that's the last thing I will cut out of my schedule, out of all of the things that I will give up. That's the last one. But before I dive into this, I do want to thank everybody for stopping by. Please remember to like, comment, share, subscribe. Make sure that you're still subscribed. You can find me over on Rumble and on Twitter. Now, what I'm going to do to talk about this is review Lauren Chen's video on this subject matter. And the reason I'm going to do that is not because I'm being lazy and don't want to make my own video on this woman. It's because I think that Lauren's video, it just brought up a lot of really interesting points that I can bounce off of, given my unique position as the anti-work warrior and being a gym rat all at the same time. If you don't know who Lauren Chen is, she is a Canadian conservative, and she is female and half Chinese, half English, or half white. And I have to tell you that because we all know that gender and race are the most important aspects of a human being. That's why I brought that up. Now, I don't watch her that often. I think that she does a pretty good job for what she does, but I mean, she's like really, really super conservative, and I'm just not. So anyway, let's go ahead and get into this video and see what she has to say, and I'll make comments as I always do. If you don't want to hear my comments on the video, then maybe go check out her original video. I'll leave a link down in the comments.
So there's a bit of a conversation right now happening on social media surrounding women getting attention from men at the gym, or at least perceiving that they are getting attention from men at the gym, or telling other people that they are getting attention from men at the gym.
She brings up a good point there. I mean, this is all about what's going on in this person's head, in a young woman's head in general.
All sounds a bit confusing, but essentially this is the video that started this firestorm.
This is how to not approach girls at the gym.
Feral, like feral. There's mirrors everywhere, so it's like you can easily catch people. Act. There's the 5 as £5. And these are the rates. Excuse me? You don't have to do that. It's okay. No, it's okay. I got it. Thank you, though. See what I mean? All right, here we go. Let's go to the gym with girls. Let me go with some girlfriends. This is ridiculous. I feel unsafe. I feel unsafe.
So there you go. I mean, how did she ever get through that nightmare? How could she survive that? I mean, that guy, he was working out near her and he looked at her like 4 or 5 times. He looked in her direction, actually. We don't even know if he actually looked at her. So my whole point is, what is he supposed to do? Stare at the floor? I mean, when I'm in the gym, I look around. I look at all different kinds of people. I see every different kind of person that there is in the gym. I want to know what's going on. It gets me into trouble sometimes, yes. Not in this way, in other ways. I've never had a girl approach me and say, how come you're looking at me at the gym? Or get mad at me for looking at her at the gym. Not that I know of anyway. I mean, maybe. But yeah, he's looking around. He doesn't appear to be just looking at you, checking you out. Maybe he is, but so what if he is? So what? Did he hurt you in some way by looking at you? Did his eyes assault you? Not only that, but I mean, you're wearing basically nothing. And we're going to get into that too. But let's get back to what Lauren has to say here.
The woman who posted this, whose name is Jessica, I believe, she was sharing this with her followers to be like, oh, can you believe how I've been harassed at the gym? I'm just trying to do my workout, but look at this looky lookerson over here. He looked at me a couple of times. He even came up to me at one point. Unbelievable. I think it's safe to say that when Jessica uploaded this video and posted it, she was probably expecting a lot of sympathy. People saying, oh my goodness, that's so terrible. Are you okay? I can't believe you had to go through that. Both from other women and also from, I guess, male allies, we could call them. But instead, that's not exactly how things went. And she actually ended up getting roasted pretty hard.
Yay! Score 1 for the good guys. I have approached women at the gym. When I was single, I used to approach women at the gym and try to date them. And now that I'm not single, I still approach women. I just approached a woman the other day. She was waiting for a machine. Very attractive young woman. Although she was wearing a baggy shirt, I think, to cover up some of her imperfections. But she had the tight workout pants on, which we'll talk about as well. she was waiting for this machine, but there's another one. And I was like, hey, there's another one of those. You don't have to like wait for this one. And she's like, oh, there is? I'm like, yeah, it's over there by the leg press. And she's like, oh, yeah, that's right. That's over there. But, she said she had only one more set to do. And just as the woman finishes the set that she said that she had and started doing another one, the woman that was using the machine that she was waiting for. It's like, yeah, I don't wait. I don't wait. But I don't wait in the gym. No. The gym is not for waiting around. The gym is for working out.
Essentially, I think much to Jessica's surprise, once this post was public, there actually weren't many people coming to her defense or sympathizing with her. In fact, instead of the flood of sympathy I think she was expecting, there were more people who were very critical of why she was even filming herself in the first place, just to shame this poor man at the gym who really didn't seem like he was doing much other than minding his own business, trying to help her out at one point. And what made everything worse isn't just that in the video that Jessica posted, the guy looks at her maybe like 5 times and he was by no means leering like a lot of people were saying. He was probably just wondering why this woman is talking to her.
I leer at women in the gym. I don't care. You're in a public place. I'm allowed to look at you. Too bad if you don't like it. Don't go into public.
While filming herself. It's like, as someone who creates content, you have to realize that most people are not going to be used to you filming yourself and talking to yourself. It is just kind of a weird thing to observe as someone watching. And what made it all worse was just the level of drama and victimhood that this woman attached to her initial post. As Evie reports, Jessica originally wrote, "This guy kept making me extremely uncomfortable at the gym. This is why I'll end up crying on stream because I feel so grossed out at times with the amount of sexualization I experience. Hopefully this spreads awareness for girls who experience this type of treatment at the gym." And in other tweets, Jessica also wrote, "I can see how this makes me look like I have an inflated ego, but I'm an attractive girl in a beauty standard sense, and I get extremely sexually harassed online, and it makes trusting random strangers that approach me trigger my trauma, which is why I respond this way," she tried to explain. "I am also extremely antisocial, and being hit on is never a compliment to me. I don't like to be approached. I haven't dated for a year because I despised being sexualized. It happens anyway, and I get frustrated. Is it normal for girls to feel this way because it happens often?"
No, it's not normal for girls to feel that way. If you feel that way, you're stupid. Furthermore, why are you wearing a full face of makeup and your nails done, and all that stuff when you're going to the gym to get all sweaty and just sweat that off? It's pointless to do that. Unless you want the attention. Oh, I wear makeup for myself. It makes me feel good. Yes, it makes you feel good when you're sexually attractive to men. It makes me feel good when I'm sexually attractive to women. That's just how it works. If you think you're doing it for yourself, you're fooling yourself.
And so here's the thing. Obviously, for a lot of women, being sexualized by strangers online or at the gym isn't fun. But it's just not the case that all women feel like this. And as many people pointed out after Jessica's post started getting a lot of traction, it's that based off of things like her Instagram account and some of her Twitch streams, it just doesn't really seem like Jessica is in fact someone who is uncomfortable being sexualized, considering that she often presents herself in a sexualized manner.
There you go. That's, the straw that broke the camel's back right there. It's like you're putting up these sexualized pictures of you on the internet, on top of which I already mentioned the makeup. You're going to the gym half naked. If you don't want to be sexualized, wear baggy clothes.
And as a woman who's been on the internet for like 6 or 7 years at this point, yes, it is true that you could literally be dressed like a nun and some weirdo out there is going to sexualize you just because, hey, it's the internet. But at the same time, if you really don't want to be sexualized by other people, you could probably start by not sexualizing yourself. It's almost like they're looking for attention twice. They're looking for attention first in the reaction they get due to their sexualized clothing, but also then attention in being able to play the victim after the fact because other people have sexualized them.
Yeah, but they're also looking for Chad. They want Chad to come along and sweep them off their feet. If this guy had been somebody that she was attracted to, it probably would have been okay. Probably would have been no problem at all. We know that's how they are. These women, they dress provocatively and then they get mad when men look at them. And this has been going on for decades. It's happened when I was very young. I used to see it happen. So it's nothing new. It's just probably a product of feminism.
These women are getting a 2-for-1 in terms of people paying attention to them. You get attention in terms of sexualization, which obviously I think they do want, but you also get attention in victimhood status after the fact. So it's like, great, you get to be this vixen, but also this poor oppressed female. It just honestly reminds me of so many different girls I knew in high school and university, and it's just sad that there are still women out there who are trying to do this. But on the bright side, based off the reaction that Jessica got, it's seems like more and more people are waking up to it, and they are just as fed up with it as I am. Specifically, here are some of my favorite comments responding to Jessica's video. As Legacy Fuel says, women will dress in skimpy clothes, then F a barbell and wonder why everybody watches. Dating expert.
Yeah, this is a thing in the gym. Like, the girls, they do this stuff. So, you know, some of them are doing it on purpose. They're showing off their bodies, and they're getting into these very provocative poses on purpose.
Expert also wrote, women logic, I hate when one man stares at me in thought clothes at the gym, but I'll happily post it on TikTok for the whole world to see.
Yeah. Yeah, you go out in public dressed in your underwear, basically, and then you wonder why men are looking at you.
Someone named Damon Knight also wrote that this is why whenever a chick dressed like this begins to work out near/in front of me, I always immediately finish the set I'm on and move over to the other side of the gym and repeat if they come close again.
Okay, you're being too paranoid. I refuse to give in to this, you know, being anti-woke warrior. They're either wearing these tight shorts or they're wearing their workout pants, which are designed to lift and separate. If you don't know what I mean, well, hey, leave a comment and I'll explain more. But they look better in these pants than they do naked, right? And they're wearing these around the gym, bending over on purpose. I mean, there's this girl in the gym. She's pretty good looking, but I know a lot of it comes from the pants. In the middle of the weight floor, she just starts stretching out, bending over, touching her toes and stuff, and it's like, but there's like 2 stretching areas in the gym. You don't have to do that like right here where everybody can see you. But you know, when the wrong man gives her attention, it's a problem.
Which someone named Ty responded, yup, I intentionally look away from women with these types of workout clothes on, not feeding whatever weird fantasy narrative they're creating in their head.
And that's a good point. That is a fair point, that you don't want to like play into their psychosis and their childish drama and all that stuff. But hey, you know what? I'm a red-blooded male. Can't control all my little proclivities all the time.
To people who are watching this, I do want to clarify that, yes, obviously there are creeps sometimes at the gym that can prey upon both men or women there. I don't think it's exclusive to a single sex. There are weirdos really anywhere you go potentially, and the gym is definitely no exception to that. If you are working out and someone is genuinely leering at you or they approach you, you make it clear you're not interested and they don't stop, then obviously that is very uncomfortable and you don't want that while you're working out. However, what I think this whole situation speaks to is the growing phenomenon of women essentially wearing lingerie to gyms and then simultaneously acting surprised or confused when people look at them. And
she's not lying when she says lingerie. This woman in the video that we saw, whatever her name is, Jessica, whatever, she's actually dressed more covered than the women I see at the gym that I go to. They wear these sports bras now that have banana straps. A banana strap going around the back and then one going over each shoulder. And then they'll wear the shorts that are like lower in the groin than they are on the hip. So they come up, you know, they have like a V shape to the shorts, more like a bikini or underwear. And then they wear, you know, just tennis shoes with socks that are so short you can't see them. So they're basically in their underwear. Yeah, so if you're going to work out like that, then you're going to get male attention. And if you don't like it, then don't work out like that. And if you don't like having men look at you, don't go to the gym. I mean, if you're going to go out in public and you're female, men are going to notice you unless you're gross.
I think a lot of the times it's not even people looking at them like, oh yeah, you look good. It's just, what are you wearing? I mean, just look at this story from the New York Post. Kate Hudson apparently has new activewear. That's great, good for her. But it literally has your butt cheeks hanging out. And it's like, ladies, you can't wear stuff like this and be surprised when it garners attention. And it's like, obviously, no matter what you wear, it would never justify someone actually abusing you. But it's like, don't complain about attention if everything you do seems like it's begging for attention, is what I'm trying to say. A lot of people, I think, have correctly identified this type of behavior as just toxic femininity, and I think that's absolutely the case. And what makes this whole situation even more confusing to men who are out there who maybe would like to meet someone at the gym, you know, someone who is interested in taking care of themselves and maybe shares an interest in personal fitness, is the fact that, yes, some women who do dress like this actually do want men to approach them and they wouldn't be mad about it, as is evidenced by this video.
So I'm going to read this to you so we can skip ahead. Me paying $270 a month at Equinox to dress in cute workout clothes and walk on the treadmill for 30 minutes so I can find a gym boyfriend. I've been going here for 7 months and nothing. She's a very attractive young woman, very attractive from what I can see in this image. She's wearing full makeup, of course, in the gym because, you know, that's what you do. I don't know why these girls do that. And you know what really is like weird is like the heavy ones that wear full makeup, period. It's like if you're overweight, but you think you look good because you have makeup on, you're wrong. One thing to note, ladies, that if you're trying to meet a man in the gym, don't wear makeup or don't wear very much makeup. It sends a specific message if you do that. So the deal is here with this girl is she's complaining that she's been spending $270 a month at the Equinox for 7 months and she has not met any men. Now, if there's any women out there watching this, I'm going to tell you what to do. See, you're complaining because you spent all this money. Because why are you going to Equinox? Well, you want to meet a man who can afford to spend $270 a month on the gym and not bat an eye at it. I understand that. Like, if you don't get that from this, Lauren, I don't think Lauren got that. You're missing a big part of this. I don't go to Equinox. There's an Equinox by my work. I don't go to Equinox because I don't want to spend $270 on a gym membership. Now, that does come with a lot of really good amenities, so you can make up some of that money. You can make all that money up, actually, if you can get into their massage therapist, easily make up all that money. But they don't have the equipment I want, and she's there trying to meet a man. What you have to do, honey, any ladies out there listening to this, if you're at a gym and you want to meet a guy, you find a guy that you see at the gym, you think is cute, you go work out near him, and then you try to catch his attention, and when he looks over at you, you smile and say hi, or smile and wave, or, just smile. Sometimes that's all it takes. And then if he is interested in you, he'll come over and start talking to you. And you might have to do that more than once to more than one guy, because you never know who's single and who's not. I mean, this is, men are at the gym to do their thing, and they're willing to help you if you can't do something there. They're not like animals. I mean, men like to help women. That's how we are biologically speaking. Just the other day I was at the gym, and this girl could not get the cable arm raised up. I went over to work on the lat machine, which is attached to the cable arms. And these cable arms, for whatever reason, they don't rise up easily. It's really hard to get them to rise up. And I walked past her, I said, "I need help with that," and she didn't hear me. And then I sat down, and she's like, "Hey, can you help me with this?" And sure, fine. She's a little tiny thing, so I helped her out, got her equipment set up for her. It's fine. Most people are cool like that, and I mean, I've seen this girl dozens of times at the gym. I think she has a boyfriend. I've never been interested in approaching her because she's just not the girl that I want to be with. She's like 19. I'm not interested in that. Plus, I have a wife, so there's no future there. So another mistake this girl is making is she's going to the gym and then walking on the treadmill, and it sounds like that's all that she's doing. Men are not going to approach you when you're doing cardio because it doesn't work. You're focused on your workout. You can't hear them because of the machine roaring, and then you might not want them to approach you. So there's all these different reasons why men aren't going to approach you when you're doing cardio. I used to try that, find out real quick, doesn't work. So you need to go actually do other stuff around the men, like be where they are.
So it's like basically at this point, men just can't win in this scenario. There are women who are going to dress like they want you to look at them and then be mad when you do or be mad when you don't. And it's like, at this point, women-only gyms are not an uncommon thing. And I like the idea of a woman-only gym for a number of different reasons.
Okay, there's a serious issue, though, with women-only gyms. There's no such thing as a men-only gym. And if there were a man-only gym, it would be riots in the freaking streets, and we all know it.
If you don't want to, but also I think that, the workout gear is maybe structured or a little bit differently just because women and men don't always do the same types of workouts to the same intensity. But that's a whole other issue. But I honestly think we're at the point where maybe a male only gym would be a good thing. A place where men can work out and not have to worry about women, I don't know, trying to catch them looking at them or post and shame them all over social media just because they glanced at them 1 or 2 times. I mean, I would actually love to see that as a business venture, just like Dude Bro Gym, a place where like men can go to work out and be men without having to worry about all the drama that women are causing. And when it comes to Jessica specifically, after she deleted her posts regarding this video, she did end up writing an apology, which I think was the right thing to do. And in this apology, she does state,
now, before we get into the written apologies, I want you to take a look at this video of this Jessica person and how she's behaving shortly after the incident happened with the man at the gym, which doesn't seem very apologetic to me. I don't know. Maybe I'm missing something.
Yeah, I don't even know if I'm going to get a sponsorship now because of the video. I mean, if they want to judge based off of that guy, then it just shows me a lot about them, which is okay.
I want to read through this. So, first of all, I want to apologize sincerely to the man at the gym where this all started. He didn't do anything wrong to me, and I blew our interaction out of proportion. I know many people think that I'm only apologizing because I got called out from the video I posted, and this is half right. If I wasn't called out for this video, I wouldn't have had the chance to learn from this mistake or even realize I made a mistake to begin with. When I first posted the video, I felt I was completely in the right, and I felt I was making a good attempt to connect, and relate to my female audience who may have dealt with uncomfortable situations at the gym. Oh my gosh. Oh my God. There was a man working out near you and he glanced in your direction less than half a dozen times while he was working out there. It's terrible. We must notify the church elders. How dare they? And now, after reading literally thousands of comments about me, the situation, and the man in question, it truly opened my eyes to how damaging this could have been for him. Men and women deal with very different problems in the realm of the opposite sex, and after looking through the lens of an innocent man put in a situation like that, it honestly made me feel sick to my stomach with guilt. Aw, you poor baby. I wonder, I'm sure this guy has seen this, and he's just like, dude, what the hell? What the hell, man? I was just like at the gym. What the hell?
Which I think is the right thing to do, just owning up to your own behavior, saying sorry to the man who you essentially were trying to shame as a pervert very publicly. But as other people noted, that version of the apology was actually not the first version of the apology. She had posted and quickly deleted a different version.
So let's read her first apology. It says, "The video was for awareness, and I will not apologize for how I felt in that situation. There was an issue prior to this part of the recording that led to me taping the second part of my workout for my own safety due to past experiences I've had." I'm sure you've been assaulted at the gym. I'm sure that some man came up to you and groped you. Yeah, I'm sure that happened. Never. There's cameras in most gyms, so don't even start with me. I realize now that if I were to post it for awareness, I could have kept the stare counter and blurred his face and make it more clear when I am joking. This is how I tend to cope. Oh, okay. I just assumed that all of it was insanity, because that video of her where she's all upset, the video that she's filming of herself, it just seems like a crazy woman. I don't know what to tell you, but I mean, that's what it seems like to me. I was not thinking when that video was posted, I was thinking of this from a content perspective, like what jokes should I say that women could relate to, and not from a how could this negatively affect the people in the video. From my point of view, this seemed like a relatable, funny video some women could relate to. I am sorry that I painted this man in a bad light, but that's how I seriously felt. It was wrong for me to take a situation like this and post it on the internet for all to see. I thought I was doing right and being entertaining at the same time, but I made a gross mistake trying to combine the two. Yeah, see, so here's the thing, is it just seems like you want to make a video that would get you clicks because you think that all women feel the way that you do, that men are all pigs that are just out to hurt women. And that sort of attitude, there's been a lot of pushback thanks to people like me. There's been a lot of pushback towards that attitude in recent years, and I'm glad to see that things are finally changing.
So obviously a big difference in tone between these two apologies, and I'm guessing what probably happened is that she posted the first one and got more backlash for it, deleted it, and then ended up writing the much more contrite and humbled second apology. So ultimately, whether Jessica has actually learned any lessons from this, I don't know.
Sounds to me like Jessica is just a psychotic person, and she's thinking that male attention is wrong, especially if it's from a man who's a creep. And we know that women define men who are creeps as not Chad. Right? If it was Chad Tyrone, then it'd be like, okay, yeah, he's fine. He's Chad. He's Tyrone. He can stare at me. He can leer at me. He can come over and help me. That's one point I want to make is guys, if you're at the gym, don't ask a woman if you can help her with her weights. If you ask her to help her with a machine that she's having trouble with, okay, that's one thing. But if she's like heavy weights, no, that's her responsibility. If she wants to lift those heavy weights, then she can lift them on her own. Now, I did say earlier that I do look around the gym a lot at different people, and it does get me in trouble. Not that long ago, I actually had a guy pick a fight with me. I just watch because, what am I doing? Like if I'm in between sets or something or whatever, even when I'm lifting, I can watch other people because I don't have to focus my eyes on me lifting a weight. But this guy running around the gym grabbed a weight off of a machine that he wasn't using without asking. I'm like, wait a second, that's not right. You don't do that. What the hell? And I mean, this is just across the board, right? We all know this. Like if you're in a restaurant, you don't walk up to a table that somebody else is sitting at and grab the salt and pepper shaker without asking, right? That's just common courtesy. You don't do that. Same way in the gym, you don't go up and take people's equipment, even though they don't appear to be using it. I mean, if it's on their machine, you assume that they're using it, and then you go, hey, man, are you using that? And then you can take it. Well, a little while later, I was on a machine, and there's a girl on a machine in front of me who had a weight rack loaded up with the weights she wanted to lift, and he walks up to that machine, just takes a weight right off it. I'm like, hey man, what the hell are you doing? And I called him out on it, and so then he's like, you got a problem with me, man? Let's take it outside. And of course, he's like, I'm probably 6'2", 185. I am not anywhere near that size, so big advantage on his part. But me looking around the gym, it's going to get me into trouble, and you can expect the same thing from you. But any of these girls want to sit here and say, hey, look, you're a pervert because I saw you looking at me at the gym. Put some freaking clothes on. That's all there is to it. No. You want to come in here showing off your body and you're attractive, men are going to look at you. You got a problem with that, grow up. That's all there is to it. This Jessica Fernandez, I think that's her name altogether, clearly a child. She looks like she's about 16. I don't know if that's how old she is, but she acts like she's 16 at the oldest, probably more like 12. So, like I said, I've spent a lot of time in gyms. If you need any advice on gym stuff, just go ahead and leave it down in the comments below. Any questions about gyms, whatever. I've done gyms. I know gyms. So that's all I got for this time. Thank you, Lauren, for helping me out with this video. I'm going to leave you all with a video from Joey Swole. He likes to point out stuff happening in gyms. Go ahead and follow him over on Twitter. He's got a pretty awesome account over there.
Watch this guy try move to me at the gym. Checks absolutely nothing on his phone. Looks over at me being busy sorting my wrist straps. These fucking straps taking up too much time. Makes a swift return. Sad lip.
So I want to share my perspective on this video. This gentleman walks up, he's looking for a machine to use, and he asks you, are you using the machine behind you? Why does he do this? Well, maybe some of your stuff is close to that machine. You know, we carry these big bags, these water jugs, these belts, all this stuff. Maybe some of it is close to the machine and he just wants to be kind and polite. Also, it looks like he might be new to the gym. He looks lost, confused. He looks like he might be a little bit intimidated. It's even to the point where you make fun of him for not knowing the name of the machine. And let me ask you this. If he were to jump on a machine that you were using and he didn't ask you and you caught that on film, would you post that to make fun of him? Something to think about. You know, it's really sad that you took this interaction and you had to post it and you had to shame this man to make him out to be a gym creep, that he's trying to hit on you just for attention and likes. The gym is a shared space. People are going to interact with you. This is harmless. This man asks you a question, you say no, and he moves on. This video never needs to be posted. You need to do better. Mind your own business.